If I'm to ask you, why do you fast? Why do you pray? In a nutshell, why do you do the things you do for the sake of Allah? Maybe I will receive answers like, because I want to have access to paradise. I want to be saved from Jahannam. This might probably be the answers. But if you ask me to summarize the answers into one sentence, I would say it is because I want to have the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But did you know there are many ways to have the forgiveness of Allah? And one of the ways in which you can have the forgiveness of Allah is by forgiving others. And if you are to do this, you will learn in this video that you are not the first person to do so. Indeed, in the past, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam had forgiven his brothers.
أصوات الإسلام.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, thumma salatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after which we send salutation upon Nabi Karim Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah bless him, his household, his companions, and every single one of us. Amen. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the story of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam and his brothers is a powerful story of forgiveness. There are many lessons in his life story, lessons like jealousy, envy, sabr, and forgiveness. But today we intend to talk about the aspect of forgiveness. The story of Yusuf is one of the best stories of the Quran. Allah mentioned this. نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنُ الْقَصَصِ. It is one of the best stories of the Quran. And the story begins when Yusuf told his father that he had seen in his dream 11 stars, the sun and the moon, prostrating to him. And then his father asked him not to relate the dream to his brothers, because they had said that their father loved Yusuf and his brother more than them. While they are in number, they are many. So because of this jealousy, when they get to know that the future of Yusuf is bright, they decided to curtail what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had planned for Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. So because of jealousy, they thought of killing him. And then a speaker from among them told them not to kill Yusuf, to throw Yusuf into the bottom of the well. Maybe some caravan will take him and sell him as a slave. The speaker said to them, قال قائل منهم لا تقتلوا يوسف وألقوه في غيابة الجب. Throw him into the bottom of the well. And then they did that. They returned to their father, telling him that a wolf had eaten Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. So after that scene, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam was taken out of the well by some caravan, and then they sold him as a slave in Egypt. And then a lot of things happened whilst Yusuf was in Egypt. A lot of incidents happened, like his encounter with the wife of the king, his interpretation of dream, his being in and out of prison. All of these things happened. But then after years, Yusuf became one of the trustees of the parliament. And the neighboring towns, they used to come to Egypt in search of food. So Yusuf was the one in charge of the food. So it happens that one day, his brothers, in search of food, they came to Egypt whilst Yusuf was present. As soon as they entered the town, when Yusuf saw them, he recognized them, but for them, they never recognized him. And then Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, when he revealed himself to his brother after their second coming, maybe the third one, he revealed himself to his brothers. At that time, if it is me or you, thinking that these guys, they plotted to kill me, they threw me in the bottom of the well, they wanted to curtail my future, they did this, they did that, all of that, I will think about it. Now I have the opportunity, I have the authority, I have the chance. I can kill them if I want to, I can dig a very big hole and bury all of them if I want to. Whatever I want to do with them, I can do it. But then this prophet, he looked at his brothers with the eyes of mercy, the eyes of forgiveness, because he knew that that he wanted the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. So because of that, he looked at his brothers with the eyes of forgiveness. Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam, look at what he told his brothers. قَالَ لَا تَثْرِيبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْيَوْمِ. There will be no blame upon you guys today. يَغْفِرُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Allah will forgive you. وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Because he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. This is the action of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, forgiving his brothers. Look at you and myself. Why can't we forgive those who have wronged us in the past? Sometimes we swore not to forgive people. And then when we talk about forgiveness, people be like, you don't even understand what the person did to me. No matter what they did to you, we are talking about the person being tuned into the bottom of the well. And yet still they are forgiving. For you, what the person have done, sometimes we even talk things like, I fed this person, I've given him food, I gave him clothes, I did this, I sent him to school, and then he did this to me, never will I forgive him. Really? And then you want the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't you remember that Allah fed you? And Allah is still feeding you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you everything that you possess today. And then Allah asked you not to do this, you did it. Allah asked you to pray, you said no, you've got job to do. And then you refuse to pray. And then in this Ramadan, you just lift up your hand. Ya Allah, forgive me. Allah said, Khalas, that is nothing. I've forgiven you. And then you are not able to forgive the other person. Every day and night, you're looking for the forgiveness of Allah, but you cannot forgive your neighbor. What kind of Muslim are you? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength and the heart to forgive other people so that we can have His forgiveness. I ask Allah to forgive our sins. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easier for us to always forgive those who wrong us. Because you are forgiving people not because of them, it is because of yourself. You forgive other people because you want the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it is because of human being that we forgive, we will never forgive them because of how naughty they can be sometimes. Or you are forgiving them because you want the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our sins and accept from us our worships. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept my effort in delivering His message. May He accept your effort in listening to His message. Until we meet again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.